Okay, all right. So here we go. Now, so what we're gonna do today is this. All right, we are going to do the next logical step of factoring polynomials. Okay, so yesterday was case three, right? So today we're gonna do case four, which doesn't look all that different, but once you see what the changes are, it actually does affect how you answer the questions quite a bit. Okay, so yeah, let's see what that looks like, and let's go. Okay, all right. So now let me offer you a view of what we've been doing so far, okay? Because again, I'm gonna ask you this question. How does case four, what you're looking at right now, different from case three, what we did before, all right? So let's take a look. Now look at these questions, right? Like this one, for example, this one, this one, this one. All right, look at these numbers. Now, if you simply just glancing at it, it's very hard to tell the difference. So I'm going to point you in the right direction. All right, so let me get my highlighter here. Look at these numbers versus these numbers. How are they different? Yeah, these are prime numbers. Right now, how is that a game changer? All right, okay, sorry for the cliche. How is that a game changer for us, right? When we're talking about having prime numbers here? Well, you only have two choices here for the first, right? The first, like meaning as in FOIL, right? On the first terms, right? You're just looking at prime, meaning you don't have any choices. You have to do 5x times x. For this one, you have to do 7x times x. For this one, you have to do 7x times x. For this one, you have to do 2b times b. Like, that's your only option. Here, now, we got an issue, all right? Could be potentially a huge issue, but really not that big of an issue. Okay, all right, okay. Anyways, so, right, because now you have two choices right off the bat. You could have, right, and I'm going to try to use, maybe I should use different colors. All right, fine. Right, you could have something like 2x and 2x, right? And on the other hand, you could have something like 4x and x. All right, so you see how that adds to the complexity, right? With the problem, just makes it more complicated because now you have more, there's more variety in the kind of questions and the potential answers you have. So what do we do here, right? We go on through like how we've always done, all right? And so now let's see, Forex. By the way, a reminder, Hawaiian Day is coming up, I think. All right, so because as of this recording, it's probably about 2 weeks away. All right, okay, anyways. Now, again, right? Okay, I also want to say this. So I looked at the regions questions, all right? The questions, when it comes to case four kind of stuff, these numbers, although they are not prime, on the regions, if it's a case four question, even though they're not prime, they don't have a lot of different factors. So for example, like, you won't see this on the regions, all right? And I'm just kind of making this up. Like, you won't see this on the regions where this is 64 and you're gonna have like a ton of factors. Like, they're not gonna do that to you, okay? So it's just you know, like a different way of looking at the same question here, right? With four, you only have really two choices, and that's what most of the regions exam is. Okay, so anyways, let's talk less and let's try to do this. All right, now use my magic pen again. All right, if I'm looking at 6, I'm thinking 3 and 2 or 6 and 1. Now 6 and 1, actually 6 and 1 can work, right? Because if I put 6 here and I put 1 here, that's 6x, that's 4x, right? Look at that, right? 6x, 4x, that's 10x. So that's good, all right? So I kind of know that already, all right? And again, I don't want you to get the impression that, you know, I either did this, all right? I actually did it. I actually had to practice because I don't want you guys to get questions that have no answers, like I showed you yesterday with the special cases, right? So I did it, but it's not like I memorized the answers. So again, I don't want you to get the impression that like I'm naturally good at this or like somehow, you know, that I have some sort of advantage that you don't have. It's just simply, you know, I've been doing it for like 30 years now. Like, you get good at it, okay? And for you guys, if you do it for 2 weeks, you know, you guys are fast learners. You do it for 2 weeks, you get good at it, okay? So don't stress yourself out doing this, okay? That's all I gotta say, all right? Just treat it as a game. If you can't find a number the first time, just keep going. Just keep running the numbers in your brain, okay? All right, anyways, now, because this has to add up to 10, that means the signs have to be the same, okay? Meaning either they're both positive or both negative. Now, since the middle term's negative and the end term is positive, that means these two have to be negative, because only negative times a negative gives you that positive here, and then negative plus that negative still gives you that negative. So that's it, okay? All right? Now, let's move on then. Okay, let me introduce this to you then, all right? I hope it's not a bad thing to do it now. Here, tip number 1, factor out the greatest common factor, right? So either in letter or number. So here, technically, you can factor out the 2, right? Because the greatest common factor between 4, 10, and 6 is 2. So 2 times 2x squared, right? And I'm just dividing, right? So that's 5x plus 3. And then if you want to do that, you can factor it out like this, okay? And then you got that going, right? So on and so forth. Now, the only thing I would say is once you factor this out, all right, let's see. Hold on. Can I even factor this out? Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I think I could, right? Because if this is 3 and that's 1, if they're both negative, then that'll work, right? Right? Yeah, okay, all right, cool. Right, so here you can get it factored out completely, all right? Now, remember, if you're gonna put the answer in, you have to leave this in there too, because that's part of the solution, the 2. That's what I'm referring to. Now, as for this one, you could factor this out, right? Because between 4x and 6, the greatest common factor is 2 again, and then you get this as an answer, okay? All right? Okay, now, moving on to the next one. So here we got 10x. So if you want to, I mean, I would like to think that if you want to factor this out, probably easier, right? Because it would just make the math simpler. It would turn, in other words, it'll turn what I just did here, it turns a case 4, right? With the 4 here, with the non-prime number as a leading coefficient, I turn that into a case 3 question, right? Where your leading coefficient now is a prime number. Okay, hold on, the light just went off. Now let's keep it going then. So here we got 10x squared. Now for the sake of showing you how to do a case 4, I'm gonna keep this. All right, and then afterwards I'll factor out the greatest common factor just to show you another way of solving it. Okay, because I want you to have some flexibility and dexterity in terms of solving these. Now, with 10x, I'm more inclined to use 5x and 2x, although I could use 10x and x. Okay? All right, now, anyways, now what? So now, let's try this. I could try 3 and 2, all right? So let me think. Let me use my magic pen. If I do 3 and 2, 3, 2 is 6, 2, that's not going to work, all right? I'll write it out. Right? 3, 2, that's 6x. That's 10x. Oh, actually, is that possible? Because 10 and 6 can make 4, right? So let's see. I just said 3 and 2, right? So this is 3 and 2, and I make this a positive and make this a negative. What would happen? That would be negative 6x. That would be positive 10x. Oh, wow, what do you know? It worked out, actually. All right, uh-oh, something's about to happen. Yeah, I knew it. All right, because of the 10, the circle that I drew. Okay, so let's check it out. All right, let me see. This is 3, and that's 2. Again, guys, I mean, how do I say this? Hold on, let me just do this. All right, so here, let's check it out. That's 10x. Oh, that's, yep, 10x squared first. I'm just checking the 2 middle terms here. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. This is negative 6x. This is 10x. 10 minus 2. Yep. That's it, right? That's it, so this is it, okay? Now, if you want to factor that out, oh, I heard some noise outside. All right, now, let's see. If I factor this out, I could do this. Let's see, 2, and then 5x squared plus 2x minus 3. And then I'll just go like that. Yeah, all right. And then I got, all right, I'm gonna stop it here because you can work this one out on your own, okay? Because that's a case 3 anyways. All right, moving on. All right, let's do a few more of these, all right? I just wanna show you enough examples. All right, so that's one possibility. The other possibility is 2n and 2n. All right, so let's see. All right, again, now here I can't turn this into a case 3 because if you look at these 3 numbers, there's no common factor between them other than 1. So that's no good. Doesn't matter. We'll just have to solve it, okay? Now let's see. Immediately I'm thinking 5, 5, and you know what? That's gonna work. Right, because 5, 5 is 25, and then not only that, let me get my magic pen, because then this would be 5n, and that would be 20n, right? And I know that 20 and 5 can somehow give me negative 15, all right? At least I can try. Let's see. Now, oh, I need that number in the middle to be negative. So the bigger number should be negative. So this, whatever comes out of this, has to be negative because I need that negative 20n out of that. So this has to be a negative and that's positive. Now let me double check. So that's 5n, that's negative 20n, and that, uh-oh, something's gonna happen. I can't get out of this. What's going on? That's just a computer. That's not even me. Yeah, I'm stuck here. Hold on. Oh, all right, right? So, okay, so that's negative, that's positive, and I can check, right? So 15n, yep, negative 20n, yep, okay, all right, yep, good, that's it, all right? For this one, let's do that again, all right, because it worked last time, all right? And then the other possibility is just 2x and 2x. Okay, so let's see, to get 49, just 7 and 7. All right, now you could do 49 and 1, and here's the reason why I said 49 and 1. Even though that's not, I did the math in my head already. So if you look at this, right, that number is rather high, right? And it's close enough to 49. So I'm thinking if it's 49 and 1, like this, there's a possibility that could work, but it's still not close enough, all right? Because 49 times x is 49x, right? And that's just 4x. So that would give me 45, not 35. So that's not good, all right? So that one didn't work out. So let's see. What's an alternative? I think I could use 7 and 7 actually, right? Because that's really my only other option. Because I'm not about to put 49 here because 49 times 4 is going to be a gigantic number and it'll never get to 35. So there's no point in doing that. All right, so let's see. It's gonna have to be 7 and 7. All right, otherwise I have to go explore the 2x thing on the right side. Now let's see, 7 and 7. I'm just gonna write it again. I know it's gonna disappear. 7 and 7, and then I got 2 negatives. All right, and I'm only trying that because I see that this is a positive. So negative 7 times negative 7, right, is positive 49. So let's check this out, all right? That's negative 7x. That is negative 28x, 28. Negative 28 plus negative 7 is negative 35. So that worked out, actually. So that's good, all right? So that's 7 and 7. Now, I also got to tell you, so I know some of you, all right? I know many of you are probably having no problem with it, okay? And here's the thing, like, this is my first time teaching you guys this, so I still need a good grasp of what's happening the first time you see this, all right? And so the reason why I'm telling you that is that because I'm making these videos like 2-3 weeks ahead of time. And so it's very hard for me to see whether what I'm doing works or not. So if it doesn't work in class, I will offer you a alternative method of solving it. But right now, all the methods that I'm seeing, for a lack of a better term, like they're very gimmicky. Like you have to expend more time, try to memorize how to use that trick rather than just doing the math straight up yourself. And I'm not a big fan of that. So that's why I'm doing it like this, because listen, if come, I don't know, 2 weeks from now and we're actually teaching this in class and you get it, it's gonna be the most amazing thing in the world. And if it doesn't, then I'll figure out a way to help you out on the spot. But right now I'm gonna stick with this method, okay? Just in case you're wondering why I'm doing it this way. All right. Now, this last one, not really a case 4, okay? It's because this is a prime number, but that's okay, all right? Just mixing things up a little bit. I think this is just 3 and 3, right? Because 3, 3 is 9, and I know that 3 right here, the 5 and the 3 here, the 5 and the 3 here is gonna make 15, and then I got a 3 here, so I know 15 and 3 can make 18, all right? So that's where I come up with my conclusion here. Okay, so let's see. So now, since this is a negative, that's a positive, right? That means I need -3 times -3 to give me that +9, and then whatever we add up in the middle terms will give us a negative number. Okay, now, I would like you to try these on your own, okay? And the way I would say it is, don't jump into this using case 3. I would rather you practice with case 4 here. Okay, so having said that, try these 3 right now, and when you come back, I will go over them with you. Okay, so press pause right now. Okay, here we go, and we're back. All right, so I'm gonna just go for, Now, let me say out loud what I'm thinking. I see 15 here, and usually, even though you don't see it, me doing that today, I'm usually very hesitant to do like 15n. I'm very hesitant to use big numbers here, because like the numbers just get really big, right? Like once you use 15n here, whatever you put here, right? Once you multiply it, it's gonna become a very big number. But here's the thing, I'm looking at the number in the middle, and I see that's -27. So, big numbers may not be a problem. So I'm gonna go with 15n here. Okay, and again, this is from practice and experience, okay, which you're in the process of doing so right now. So now let's see. Now I'm thinking, right, because now I saw the 15 and the 15 here, and then I also see the 6 here, and I know I need a 2 and 3 to make the 6, right? And I'm thinking, well, if I put 2 here, I could make 30 already, right? And once I put that 2 in, I'm gonna put 3 here, and that would make 3, and 30 and 3 can give me the 27 here. So you see what I'm thinking here? So I'm thinking I could put a 3 and a 2, and since they're both negative, then one number has to be bigger than the other, right? Oops, what did I do? All right, right? So that means if I put a 3 and a 2 here, this would give me 30, and since this is negative, that's a 30, by the way. All right, so I need that to be a negative, right? A -30. So that means that this 3 and this 2 here has to be negative, this 3 has to be a positive. Okay, right, because that's -30 plus 3, -30 plus, -30, what was happening here? -30 plus 3 is -27, so yeah, I'm stuck again. That's the downside with a magic pen. All right, okay, all right, back in business. All right, now, That's, let me put the answer in then. So that's 3, that's 2, negative, positive, right? Because that's 3n, that's negative 30n, right? That makes the negative 27n. Okay? All right? Okay. Next. For this one, let's see. I can do 9. I can do 9k here because the number in the middle is so big. All right? Now, again, I know the common factor is 3, so, but try not to do it, not because it's the wrong thing to do, all right? It's because I just need you to practice where this number isn't a prime number, the leading coefficient, okay? All right, now let's see. I'm thinking, let's see, for 21, I could do 7 and 3, or 1 and 21. Now, if I put 21 here, that's too big already. Okay, and I would never be able to get to 66 in the middle. So that's no good. Now, I could put 7 here. And I could put 3, because 9, 7 is 63, right? Give me another 3, that would give me 66. So that looks good, actually. So I'll use 3 and 7. Like that, because I know I'm going to get that, right? 63 and then plus the 3. Now, everything's positive, so this just has to be positive. There's really no other choice there. Okay? Good? All right, last one. And then we're done. Let's see. Now, the only thing I would point out to you is that this can still be factored out. So you can factor it out like so. Okay? All right? Okay. All right, last one. Now, 16... What about 16b squared? Let me think. I'm trying to think. Now, I know what you've also noticed. You've noticed that, like, I'm still kind of sticking to the case 3 here, because even though this is 9, not a prime number, I still end up using 9k and k, right? 15, I'm still using 15n, and then so on and so forth. So tomorrow, I'm going to show you things where, like, instead of 9k, meaning questions with answers where instead of saying 9k, some of them would now show you 3k. Okay? I just want to show you the questions today because it's, it's a possibility, right, that you will see those questions. Now, for 16, I guess I'll just stick with 16b, all right, and then just go from there. Now, let's see, 100. I mean, I could go with 10 actually. If I go with 10 and 10, what would happen? Oh no, I just drew another circle. I'm just gonna write the word 10. All right, if I go 10 and 10, right? If I go 10 and 10, that would be 10, but that would be what? 160, right? And that's no good, right? So I don't want that. Now let me think of another number, 50 and 2. Because 2 here and then 50, right? 2 is 32, 50. 32 and 50 doesn't really make anything in the middle, all right? So, okay, this is good, actually. This is a bit challenging for me, all right? Finally. 25 and 4. If I put 25 here and I put 4 here, what would happen? What's happening? This is 64. This is 25. No, that's not going to work. Huh. All right. Let's see. Let me keep thinking. What about 5 and 20? Did I think about that already? So if this is 20 and this is 5, that's 20. And that's, what is that? 580. Oh, that would work actually, right? Because look, what was I saying? 5 and 20, right? Hold on, let's see, let me try it out. Let me actually write it down for real. So 20 and 5. Let me use my magic pen here. So this is 20. That's 20, okay? I just don't want to, like, let's see, 5 times 16, that's 80, right? I could make 60. I can make 60, yeah. Hold on, Okay, all right. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, now, what are the signs? Sign in the middle is positive, the end is negative, so that means these signs between the 20 and the 5 here, they have to be different. And not only that, the bigger number has to have the positive sign. So let's see, if that's 20, so this guy has to have the positive, right? Because 5 times the 16 is positive 80b. If I put a negative here, then that would be negative 20b, so that would give me 60. So this is good. Now, if you want to factor that out, you really should factor that out, by the way. It's not really a suggestion. It's really not a suggestion. Let's see, between 16b and 20, so that's 4. 4b minus 5, like that. Okay? And then that's it. All right? Hold on. The light just went off again, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna sign off here anyways. So tomorrow and the day after, the video is gonna be considerably shorter, but that really means you have to spend more time practicing. Okay? So, all right, signing off here. Wow. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. It's really long. All right. That's it. Okay. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.
OMG, that was so good.